Welcome to the Rebel to Succeed podcast. It's your boy Anthony Williams, the founder of rebeltosucceed.com. The purpose of this podcast is to share tips, advice, and strategies to help you improve in all areas of your life. My mission is to make a positive difference in your life to help you live your best life. Now let's get it. What up, Rebels? It's your boy Ant from Rebel to Succeed coming at you with another podcast episode. Yes, sir. So in this podcast episode, I wanted to talk about the importance of you pushing yourself. That's something that I really learned not too long ago. Pushing yourself. And you having the ability to motivate yourself and push yourself, because very often you're going to do some things on your own, right? You're going to have to wake yourself up, light a fire under your own ass, and get yourself going, because when you're chasing your dreams, when you focus on your own goals, when you're trying to build a business, when you're trying to reach any type of goal, really, you're going to have to push yourself. You're going to have to get yourself out of bed. You're going to have that drive to, hit your goals every day. You're going to have that drive to continue to push forward, to persevere through all of your hardships, through all of your obstacles. You got to get yourself up. You got to pick yourself up and keep going. You're going to fall. You got to pick yourself up and keep going. You're going to stumble. You're going to fail. You're going to do some things wrong. You're going to have to pick yourself and keep pushing forward. So that's ultimately the name of the game. But it really, your success is kind of tied to your ability to be able to, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep going. So, it's very important. That's something that I learned. As you guys know, I'm more of a right now I'm a one man army, and I do a lot on my own. I put a lot on my own shoulders, and I continue to push forward. So you have to be that type of person, because it's not really sustainable over a long period of time. It's sustainable, but I'll say that it's not. You're not going to have a large impact with doing things by yourself. But if you are in that position and you have to, go about it that way, which most likely it normally is in the beginning, is normally just your vision, is your goals, and you have to put some things into action by yourself, and then later on, people will normally jump on the bandwagon, and they will, when they start to see you having success, because most people like to see the success. They don't want to see the proof. They want to see some results, and then they hop on the bandwagon, and then they're all about it. They appreciate what you're doing. They see what you're doing. They see the results, and then they hop on the bandwagon. But in the beginning, when it's just you and it's just your vision, and it's just it's just you. When it's just you, you're going to have to push yourself. So I don't want people to have to rely on outside motivation, and mainly from like other people, because at the end of the day, all you have is yourself. Not everybody is going to be there all the time to push you, to motivate you, and it's just not. Nobody's going to be there 24/7 to motivate you to to reach your goals, right? So you're going to have some type of drive and determination and ambition, and the ability to self motivate yourself, to keep pushing yourself forward, and to ultimately to just get yourself going, man, to push yourself. So that's a very important quality of an entrepreneur, of a high achiever, of someone who who achieves a lot, who does a lot, who wants to, who aspire to be a lot, you're gonna have to push yourself. Not everybody's gonna always be there. So when it's late and you gotta bust out that this last minute project, or you gotta push through to reach this daily goal or whatever, you're gonna have to have that motivation to push yourself. So that's something that I've recognized, and I've realized that a lot of high achievers have. If you look at if you look at the world's most successful people, because we're talking about success here, so you have to study success, right? You have to model and follow success and learn from people that's already successful. So if you look at some of the world's most successful people, a lot of them have the ability to push themselves, to motivate themselves to keep pushing forward, right? They have this, I don't know, like this motivation to keep going, right? Even when there's nobody there, right? Because a lot of people, what they miss is, all of the hard work behind the scenes. They always see the success in the public light, and they see, they like most people, they see somebody's success and they go, oh man, I want that, right? But they don't see the times when the person was by themselves and they didn't have nobody there to motivate them, to push them, and they were doing everything by themselves and they had to push through by themselves. But but they see the success. All they see is the outside part. They don't see the inside. They don't see what was happening behind the curtains, right? So um that's what matters the most. What happens when nobody's around? What happens when you're by yourself? That's what makes you a high achiever, a successful person, a successful entrepreneur, somebody who's just a high productive person who gets a lot done, and who is a high achiever. So those most often are the qualities that you must have when you want to be a high achiever. So I want to encourage you guys to try to cultivate those qualities, that that motivation, that drive, that just all of the things that you would need to continue to push through, right? Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, what you achieve is going to be based solely off the things that you do, and the things that you are able to accomplish, and the things that you do behind the scenes. What you accomplish is going to be based off everything that you do behind the scene. I cannot stress that enough. So, and these are things that I have learned, right? Especially being a very solo guy, a very solo operation. All of the success I will see, I noticed this. All of it, like when you accomplish a lot and people see that you have achieved a lot, and they see that you are dedicated and motivated and consistent, really consistent, people tend to really, really believe in you then, right? They like, you can have a vision, you can have a dream, you can have goals, and you could tell these things to people, right? You can tell people, oh man, I'm gonna start this business, and I have a dream to do this, right? And you tell somebody, and most often, if it's family members, they're just going to just, oh, they're going to congratulate you, and they're going to, um, you know, support you because, you're family, right? Even if it's just friends, they're going to support you, right? But most of the time, people really don't see your vision. They're not really going to buy into your vision unless they see some results. That's just how people work, right? I even noticed it with myself. People would tell me certain things about what they're going to do, and most often I'll support them. I will, not say anything to try to crush their dreams or their goals, but I really don't really buy into what they're saying unless their actions match up with it. And ultimately, I'll say this. Ultimately, that's how it really should be, because people can talk a lot. They can say they're going to do this. They're going to say they're going to do that, but at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is what you do, right? Your actions has to speak louder than your words. So I want to, prepare you guys and let you know this is something that I've learned. You have to match your actions with your words, and you have to, for you to be able to continue to push forward and take a lot of action, and because you're gonna have ups and downs to your journey, whatever you're trying to achieve on your journey to success, to reach your goals or whatever. You're gonna have ups and downs, but you're gonna have to push yourself. You're gonna have to pick yourself up, motivate yourself, get yourself out of bed, and to continue to do the mundane, same day in day out things that's going to ultimately at the end of the day, through consistent action, that's going to ultimately get you to your goal. And you have to do that yourself. You're going to have to get yourself up, right? You're going to have to push yourself, right? Not everybody is always going to be there. Not all the time, right? You got to be your own cheerleader. You got to be your own motivational coach. You gotta have these things because ultimately at the end of the day is your dreams, is your goals, and your actions is going to determine whether you want it or not, or how bad you want it. So yeah, man. I pride myself on being a self motivator. I pride myself on being a very driven person, ambitious person, and I will continue to push myself. Now, I'll give you guys a quick tip that I really try to implement in my life on a regular is you have to be able to keep that type of mentality and that to be able to to cultivate that type of quality to be able to motivate and push yourself. I encourage you guys to be able to tap into your mind, and ways that you can do that is to meditate or exercise. you know Exercise. Those are ways that I've learned to be able to drive yourself, or read, right? All of these mental things will help with your own motivational self talk and your positive self talk, right? That's really what it is. It's positive self talk. And yeah, I will also use affirmations as well. But all of those positive self talk things that's going to give you clarity, and it's going to tap into your mind. It's going to help soothe your mind, and when you get into your head and you're able to control your mental state and keep a positive mental state, you're going to be able to motivate and push yourself a bit better because your mental is in a positive state. So those are ways to get yourself in that type of positive state, especially if you're exercising, right? That's what every time to be honest with you guys, I've been on and off with my exercise, especially with running, because running is really like a mental thing. But I notice every time that I start to practice running, and I implement that into my my daily routine, or my basically just my exercise regimen. My mental state is always better. I'm more goal driven. I'm more goal oriented, and I'm able to push myself way more. So I will give you those tips. Just either if you like to meditate. If you exercise. Things of that nature. Read, get in your head. Make sure you have a positive mental state, and that will ultimately give you a better edge on being able to self motivate and push yourself. Now, again, if you look at some of the world's most successful people, they do those things, right? So a lot of people, they may think that those things are corny, especially exercise. Exercise is a main thing to put yourself into a positive mind state. Specifically running. Running is a very mental thing. A lot of people think that it's physical. It is physical, but it's mainly mental. But if you look at those people, a lot of the world's most successful people, they have like an exercise regimen, right? They exercise a lot. They start their day exercising. It's not just for a coincidence. it helps to put their mind into a more positive state. And for you to be able to exercise and reach your exercise goals, you have to be able to drive yourself. You have to got to be able to push yourself. You might have a trainer, but for the most part, um, for the most part, if you're able to push yourself by yourself through exercise, and it kind of just leaks over into your, into your own personal life, into your business life. So yeah, man, I don't want to ramble too long, but I did want to share that with you guys, about being your own cheerleader, about pushing yourself, and being your own self little motivator, getting yourself up and pushing yourself. So it's very important, especially in this day and age, especially if you're in an environment where you don't have like a lot of people who think like you as far as trying to be successful and doing better for themselves. A lot of the stuff that you're going to do alone until you find a group of people that's going to match your energy, that's going to match vision, that's going to see in your vision, buy into your vision, and who are ultimately on the same type time as you as far as being trying to reach goals and do better and things of that nature. So yeah, hopefully you guys found some type of value out of this quick talk, this tip. If so, leave a review. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Of course, go to the website rebeltosucceed.com. Check out all the content there. I will be putting up a new blog post as we speak. I'm not sure the date of this podcast, but if you guys check out the website, be looking out for my new blog post here pretty soon. And yeah, last but not least, be a rebel. Reach everybody by exercise and love. You guys know what this is. It's rebel to succeed. Reach everybody by exercise and love to succeed. So that means you need to go out and do your part. Reach somebody by showing them some love today. Put a smile on somebody's face. Be a positive force in somebody's life today in some way, shape, or form. And yeah, it's your boy Ian from Rebel to Succeed. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode. I want to thank you for joining me today and listening to this podcast. If you found this episode helpful or valuable in any way, then I encourage you to leave an honest review and subscribe to the Rebel to Succeed podcast for future episodes. To receive more content and value, make sure to visit the Rebel to Succeed website at www.rebeltosucceed.com. And finally, always remember that to succeed in life, you have to reach everyone by exercise and love. So make sure to show somebody some love today. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you next time.